Guys, I'm not starting till you guys switch on your cameras and till the time you guys unmute yourselves and like interact and like tell me how your day was and what you did. Not everyone. एक कोई भी ऐसे मतलब बता दो because अगर everyone like asks नहीं, if everyone like starts telling तो फिर मतलब पूरी क्लास उसमें ही लग जाएगी. Guys, come on, आइस ब्रेकर. कोई भी कुछ भी बोल दो भाई. अच्छा था दिन, गंदा था दिन, ये किया वो किया, मम्मी से चप्पल पड़ी, कुछ भी बोल दो. Why? What did you do? Will you be able to go with your friends because this class will end by 8:50? 8:50. Oh, okay. So this class will end like at 8:40. शायद मैं 5 मिनट ऐसे जल्दी छोड़ दूंगी. ठीक है, मुझे भी तो मेरी भी तो पर्सनल लाइफ होती है. I'm kidding, guys. So I'm just saying, we can start today with the idea generation module. Okay. So, has anyone heard of this phenomenon called a writer's block?
It's basically where writers do blogging and all stuff. They write some.
Writer's blog, nahi, block. Anyone knows what a writer's block is?
When the writer is not able to come up with new ideas.
Absolutely right. So that's why, guys, if you're like literally like making money out of content, I think the biggest thing that you guys need to do is make sure that you guys have ample ideas ready in your head that you can create content about. Okay, now obviously bhai matlab at the end of the day you're like a person only, like ऐसे मतलब जब गॉड तुम्हें बना रहे थे तो बहुत सारी सुपर पावर्स दी नहीं तुम्हें, सो इतना ही दिमाग है तुम लोगों का. ठीक है, like I'm not like discouraging anyone, but I'm just generally saying. ठीक है, so अगर इतना ही दिमाग है तो ये इतने ज्यादा आइडियाज कैसे आएंगे? लाइक there are like 2-3 अच्छे आइडियाज होते हैं, okay great, but at the end of the day you have to take the help of things around you. You have to take the help of like certain like certain tips, certain tricks, this and that, to like produce like content, right? To make sure that you have fresh ideas on the go and like creative तो तुम हो ही कि मतलब कुछ बना लोगे, ठीक है उसका. So fair enough, today we are going to be discussing the different ways that we can come up with brainstorming. Yes, brainstorming, that's absolutely right. ठीक है. So there are different ways that we can come up with ideas, and we can make sure that we keep producing. The audience expects us to deliver, and we deliver like tenfold every time. I feel like someone is missing from this class. जो last time था, क्या है उसका नाम? वो जो मतलब jokes बना रहा था.
Ahim.
I don't remember.
Sunil.
I have no idea. कोई भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. But moving on. Parth I remember very well क्योंकि वो बहुत हंसा था जब I told him about the name of my university. But moving on. Okay, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. This is like my worst habit, okay? I'm the biggest time waster. So, moving on, okay. So, firstly, we have to get this clear in our head that no ideas are bad ideas. Okay, fair enough. What do I mean by that? And like why am I saying that? Yeah. So no idea is a bad idea in the sense that उस टाइम आपको समझ खाली दिमाग शैतान का खाली दिमाग, sorry, I'm too obsessed with खाली these days. हाँ. Okay. So someone sent to me खाली दिमाग शैतान का दिमाग, ठीक है. So fair enough. When I'm talking about creating topic lists in bunches, what I like mean to say is that like right now आपने कुछ ऐसे topic लिख दिया, ठीक है एंड अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा है अभी लग रहा है कि नहीं 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 ये बहुत बकवास आइडिया है इसके ऊपर आई कांट मेक एनीथिंग बट 3 months from now when you have more information can you guys see me when you have more information you've interacted with the outside world even more and you're smarter now right you can pick that same idea that you wrote like three months ago and you can actually tweak it improve it update it and create कंटेंट बेस्ड ऑन दैट ठीक है मतलब ये सेम कंटेंट तुम्हें 3 दिन में समझ आ सकता है या एक दिन में समझ आ सकता है या थ्री आवर्स फ्रॉम नाउ ओके दैट इंस्पिरेशन कैन स्ट्राइक एनी टाइम बट यू नीड टू लाइक रिमेंबर व्हेन like when you're writing just write everything down okay firstly that now secondly again like guys now you guys are gonna be like oh I've like just like wrote this like Aryan Khan ka rest topic but let's just because it's like the main trending one right now so like let's talk about that for example if we talk about Aryan Khan's arrest right so there are so many things that we can come up with that come up with when we think about that for example we can either he was on a cruise so either we can be like oh ha cruise okay cruise maybe we can write about how how COVID-19 impacted the cruise business okay fine then we can talk about the lives of star kids maybe we can take a topic about like how with great yeah top 10 cruises Sunil is saying okay we can also come up with the fact that at the end of the day sometimes I feel like it's a little bit unfair when it comes to star kids because not everyone here is doodh ka dhula hua, right? All teenagers like indulge in some kind of like I wouldn't say substance abuse, but they do like take some substances like here and there, right? As long I mean it's absolutely wrong, but I'm just saying that we're the first to point fingers at every single other person doing it. We've literally like ruined another person's life. Like literally Aryan Khan ki like this is going to be on his record for the rest of his life okay whereas almost all the other teenagers in the world are like behaving the same way so maybe you can talk about that topic that like is it an issue that star kids ka क्या बोलते हैं that like is it an issue that like we're breaching the privacy of like star kids or maybe we can take another topic that like obviously star kids come have some privileges and when they enjoy those privileges it also comes with a lot of with great power comes great responsibility right so when you know that you have so much influence over so many people you have such a vast fan following should you really be endorsing drugs of all the things you shouldn't be endorsing drugs right because so many people can be influenced by you right so there are then someone like brought up like the nepotism factor but like nepotism, I mean, is not really related to this, but like, yeah, you think Aryan Khan, you think nepotism, but at the same time, Aryan Khan कोई movie में तो आया नहीं अभी, so I feel like we can like let the nepotism thing go for now, okay? But I'm just saying कि एक चीज हो रही है and उसकी इतने सारे हमने वो बना लिए हैं, right? So I'm just saying you can create these topic lists in bunches, and sometime or the other, like now, for example. I wrote this Aryan Khan like cruise idea down, whatever. And right now I'm like, okay, this is not like relevant, but maybe like later on, if I'm writing a paper or if I like need to produce content, I can like reflect and I'm like, oh, ha, Aryan Khan cruise mein to nahi tha. Oh, during the COVID-19 time, oh, like, connect your brain here and there, here and there. So what I'm essentially trying to say is that no idea is good or bad. ठीक है सारी चीजें लिख दिया करो and then you can always like revise your content later right um okay ma'am we can say that media ज़्यादा attention देता है star kids पे okay that's also absolutely right we can also talk about like how media मतलब जो भी like you get it right like maybe if you want to like criticize the media go ahead do that right you'll find a lot of aspects yes Namisha, we can't hear you. You're not audible. Okay, now try again. Unmute yourself and try again. Not working. You can just write it in the chat box. Okay, so I'm gonna like move on, and two participants raise their hands. Aishwarya, yes, Aishwarya, you want to say something?
Yes, they like news channels more. News channels focus on these kind of news, and they don't talk about other issues. They focus on these kinds of things. Like they should also, focus more on like the things happening in the country. But mostly news channels, like in Sushant case, also it was all about Sushant Singh, but they didn't. It didn't any work, any kind of thing.
That's also absolutely right. So yeah, again, like when you actually sit down and like start dissecting like a common topic, you're gonna come up with like more avenues, right? So that's up to you. But I'm just saying that like keep writing everything down because you never know when inspiration will strike. All right. So that's one idea. Okay, one way to like produce like new ideas. Then there's social media followers. Okay, you can start with people who follow you on social media. You can click on their profiles and see what they are talking about. You can read through their tweets. You can check out their photos. You can see what brands that they are interacting with. You know, and of course, like some of it like could lead to a dead end, but it can also be extremely beneficial to your brainstorming process eventually, right? So plus if you have like tons of social media followers, you'll have a like huge source of ideas. Okay, you could even ask your followers directly. Okay, you can post a question on your Instagram story and then you can ask for replies. For example, let's say that you have a brand related to the fitness industry, or I think I gave this example last time also in one of my like classes. Okay, but फिर से सुन लो, ठीक है? So मैं भी तो कितने like examples ढूंढूंगी यार, like I am also like a person only. So now moving on. Now if it's like the weight loss thing, okay, like everyone's like raving about like losing weight. Okay, not everyone, just me. But let's just say that you are like a nutritionist, okay, and you come up with like, or you're just like into like fitness. You're like, acha, eating right and eating this and ye exercise, wo exercise. Okay. So when I say that, you can utilize your followers to come up with the content ideas. You can very easily, very subtly just be like, what are some of the diets, unconventional diets, which have worked for you? Okay, unconventional in the sense that like, matlab jo usually people follow nahi karte, like they wouldn't think of it. For example, I can very easily say, it may be true, it may not be true, but I can like just say something like you know that like मैं pizza खा के पतली हो गई, right? So now it's like usually people say like, oh, don't eat sugar, don't eat this, that, whatever, ये सबको पता है. But there are some other things, like someone can be like, oh, I only ate oats for like a month and I got like thin, or they'll come up with their own like diet plans and this and that, which they use. Okay, now I automatically have content, right? Because all of my social media followers are interacting with me. They are telling me what they do. मुझे नहीं like मुझे किस बात की research नहीं करनी पड़ी. I can do research actually once like someone tells me that that's what they did. If I find that thing that they said interesting, I can research about it and I can create content regarding it, right? So when you ask for replies, essentially you are just basically asking for more ideas, okay? And that's another trick, okay? Then there's blog comments or Instagram comments or like any sort of like comments, okay, that are supposed to be happening on your like page. Okay, so you need to review the comments on all of your posts. Okay, you should do that even when you're not trying to come up with new ideas. and it will give you a chance to communicate with your audience, and you should always respond to their comments, okay? Because these comments can be a great source of inspiration, and you can pull concepts from there to write about in the future. For example, if there's like a chain reaction, okay? Again, yeah, like same ही like सुन लो कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है? We were talking about Aryan Khan. I spoke about two things related to him, and I said कि ऐसे लिख लो या वैसे लिख लो, ठीक है? Then you guys interacted with me. You guys gave me a reply, and you guys said कि maybe we can focus on the media, and like that their priorities are wrong, okay? Or we can talk about nepotism, or we can talk about this, we can talk about that. There's an exchange of ideas. Maybe I didn't think about like the media wala example, okay? The wrong priorities of the media. I didn't think of that. Okay. But like the fact is I'm having a conversation with you here. There's an exchange of information taking place, which is leading to inspiration. Right. So in the sense, what I'm trying to say is just keep like talking to your followers, keep engaging with them. That is gonna help you out. And if people ask questions in the comment section, the questions could be used as titles for a new topic, okay? You can just tweak a few words here and there to make it SEO friendly. Does everyone know what SEO is? Search engine optimization. सबको पता है या नहीं पता है?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
आपको पता ही है.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you know what? Let's do one thing. Anyone other than Indira who knows what search engine optimization is, please raise your hand and please explain it to the class.
Search engine optimization is a site where we can search any brand like Flipkart or Amazon and see their reviews from other people's point of view. Like, is the site useful? Like they have good head tags, title tags, and they have.
Okay, it's fine, but maybe you're what you're saying is right. It's just that maybe I'm not like able to understand it. Okay, but what search engine optimization it's essentially is that you need to understand that ये digital media जो है, ठीक है, ये जो digital platform है, यहाँ सब कुछ है, right? यहाँ सब कुछ मिलता है. अगर विशेष को मूवी देखनी है, विशेष मूवी देख सकता है. अगर आकांक्षा को टीवी सीरीज देखनी है वो कर सकते हैं. श्रुति को शॉपिंग करनी है, श्रुति को इंडियन शॉपिंग करनी है, लाइक वेस्टर्न शॉपिंग करनी है, या कीर्ति को खाना खाना है. मतलब can you imagine like there are so many things on the internet, like so many things uploaded on the internet, that how do you organize it, right? You know what I mean? Like it's like when you go to a shop, you know कि your shop में यही मिलेगा. इंटरनेट में भाई मतलब सब भरा हुआ है, right? So what makes it easy for like a seller to find a buyer? It's not that easy, right? Like if I'm trying to like look for something, I know I have to go to this shop and I'll get it. I want a dress, I'll get that dress. But on the internet, among so many things, okay, among like so many limitless options, I want a dress. How do I find that dress, right? Now let me show you. बहुत crazy मैं दिखाने वाली हूँ अब कुछ, ठीक है? ऐसा मतलब कुछ crazy नहीं है, तुम लोग रोज देखते हो, but like now like look at it from like the search engine optimization perspective. Fine. Wait, hold on. Let me just go here. What can you guys see? You guys can't see anything right now, no? Roko. Ha. Okay, I'm just sharing the screen. Can you see it now? ठीक है, मैंने लिखा यहाँ ब्लैक ड्रेस, तो क्या आया? ब्लैक ड्रेस, ठीक है, सिर्फ ब्लैक ड्रेस आया, या कुछ खाना वाला नहीं आया, ठीक है. But now I don't want a black dress. I want a floral black dress. ओके क्या आया ब्लैक ड्रेस विद फ्लावर्स ठीक है देन सेम विद ब्लू टी शर्ट सिंपल ब्लू टी शर्ट ओके मतलब ठीक है like you know variations but now I don't want like just a regular blue t-shirt I want blue t-shirt tie and dye ठीक है tie and dye blue t-shirts ठीक है have you understood now what I'm basically trying to explain to you guys is that जब like simple लिखते हो black dress तो simple black dress आती है जब आप एक extra चीज डाल देते हो तो फिर black dress ही आती है but like with that extra specification that you've asked for how does that specification like come it's because you guys as buyers not buyers as sellers are going to like want to like make it easier and like convenient for the consumers buying process ठीक है मतलब in the sense कि अगर बहुत सारी frustrations होती हैं on the road you might want to like not like you know you might not want to like go ahead with it you know what I mean in the sense कि अगर आपको पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट बी जाना है ठीक है एंड यू नो कि बहुत ट्रैफिक होने वाला है बहुत लाइक इनकन्वीनियंट होने वाला है सो यू बी लाइक लीव इट भाई मैं नहीं जा रही राइट और मैं नहीं जा रहा हूँ व्हाटएवर राइट so you leave it so the more convenient it is the more likely you are to like make that purchase right so now what the buyer is gonna do is the buyer is gonna purchase a few keywords okay from Google एंड अब वो कीवर्ड्स डाल देगा अपने प्रोडक्ट के साथ कि ठीक है यू नो like black dress, short dress, you know, like floral, जो भी, ठीक है? थोड़ा like description of the wait, hold on. क्या remove क्यों हो रहा? ये नील म्यूट क्यों नहीं हो रहा? हाँ ठीक है हो गया यार जल्दी से कैमरा ऑन करो फिर मैं बताऊंगी रेखा मानसी कशिश क्रिस शंभवी अश्मिका कशिश
Yes, ma'am.
No, I was saying camera on करना Sorry?
I was trying from a long time to switch on my camera, but I wasn't able to do it.
कोई नहीं अब हो गया ये किसका माइक अनम्यूटेड है guys this is really irritating किसका माइक अनम्यूटेड है एंड ये बंद ही नहीं हो रहा मैं क्या करूं मैं ज्वाइन बैक नहीं कर पाया वेटिंग रूम में डाल दूं
Ma'am, you can mute him also.
no I know that
वही नहीं हो रहा था ना म्यूट
That was so cute. Whoever said you can mute them. Honestly, that was very cute.
Ma'am, sorry, मेरा नेट के इशू से मेरे को लेट आ रहा है.
नहीं, no issue. I actually found that really like sweet. बस भाई कोई इसको म्यूट कर दो. ओह कुछ और ही मांग लेती. हो गया म्यूट. So anyway, sorry. Moving on. Let's like search engine optimization. ठीक है. So now we are basically talking about the fact that you know you purchase like a couple of keywords okay and like मैंने specifications बता दी कि like कैसी चीजें like थोड़ा ऐसे descriptive कि now you know that if a buyer searches for you know these certain words तो आपका ही मतलब ऊपर आएगा ठीक है and जितने ज्यादा आप पैसे मतलब दोगे like for example have you guys seen every time you like ask for anything on the net ठीक है कुछ भी तुम like डाल दो so सबसे पहली चीज Amazon की आती है right always you guys will see it that's only because Amazon ने ना बहुत मतलब ऐसे पैसे दिए हुए हैं गूगल को to like favor it. It'll always be Google. Sorry, it'll always be like on top. Okay, so obviously you have to buy these keywords and stuff, but like at the end of the day, it's worth it. But there's also like a advertising costs of sale, something like that. It's called ACOS. Okay, so वो भी मतलब देखना पड़ता है, adjust करना पड़ता है कितना like you're willing to like spend on the advertisement cost and blah 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 blah. Marketing cost काफी होता है. चलो ठीक है. Now like let's move on from that and I was telling you about idea generation. सबको SEO समझ आ गया ना? ठीक है, होता क्या है? Okay, fair enough. So now I was just basically talking to you about the fact that you can make it SEO friendly. Okay, certain things. Now, regardless of what your like audience comments about, okay, I'm honestly confident that you can generate at least one or two ideas from the section of each like post that you publish. And the great thing about this okay. The great thing about like this particular thing is that it's a never ending source. Okay. So as long as you keep publishing new posts, there will always be new ideas hidden in the comments. Okay. And the same thing, like maybe if someone wants to like ask you a question, right? Again, back to like the dieting and like fitness and this and that. ठीक है, तो किसी ने ऐसे पूछ लिया that uh, like maybe if you're not eating sugar, will it not impact your will it not impact your system or like कोई मतलब गलत hormones produce हो जाएंगे कुछ ऐसा वैसा. Okay, so you can like maybe realize यहाँ मतलब एक
Side
effects, yeah, probably. ठीक है, side effects. So maybe you can like bust the myths, right? Like I'll tell you what diet was absolutely like it created a buzz all around, the keto diet, right? The keto diet created like such a buzz around, but then there were like a lot of myths and like people were scared about it, they were skeptical about it, this, that, whatever. So अगर कोई ऐसा question पूछता है, then you can realize, oh भाई मतलब अगर इसको ये लग रहा है, तो like I'm pretty sure this is like the common sentiment, and a lot of people are confused about the same thing, right? So you can like look into that also. Okay, you can start answering those questions as well to attract people. And then there's the topic of like conducting interviews. Okay, so how do you know what type of content your audience wants to see, right? You can ask them directly to tell you. You can actually conduct interviews and you can ask them about their habits. And the great thing about an interview is the fact that it doesn't have to be direct. Okay, you don't have to hear have like a clear black and white question while with a definitive like yes or no kind of answer. You can just find ways to get people talking, that's all. Okay, and you would be surprised how interesting some of these statements can be. Okay, the responders might start feeling not feeling, but like yeah, maybe they'll start feeling like more involved and they'll end up like feeding you new content ideas without even like you realizing it. Okay, like it's honestly in your best interest, by the way, to record these interviews if possible, because this way you can like review them later rather than like frantically like trying to write it down while they're speaking. So like आपका mind click भी नहीं हो रहा, आप थोड़े distracted हो गए, ठीक है? And if I'm talking about like conducting these interviews, it's pretty simple. Like if I'm having like a talk with Vishesh, ठीक है? Like I'm talking to Vishesh about something, and we are on the topic of again COVID-19, its impact. It's probably affected like my lifestyle differently, and it's affected like Vishesh's lifestyle differently, right? So we're talking, and then Vishesh shares with me this one very big fear he has about what's going to come out of like COVID-19, and we're like again discussing, and I find out that and then like discuss karte maybe I'm like talking to him on the topic of the relevance of social media during COVID-19 and blah 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 blah, and then he talks about the kind of content that he would want to see online, especially during these unprecedented times. ठीक है, तो ऐसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, आइडिया आ गया, उसने मुझे बता दिया कि I really hate it when and you know I can like very ask like very nicely. I don't have to make him think that like I'm talking about me. I can just ask him, अरे यार ये इतने सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स आ गए हैं, what do you like, what do you not like, तुझे इसका क्या लगा, उसका क्या लगा, and then you just get them talking and like you get a more detailed understanding of what people want to see. Now, the topic of this is, I feel like, by far the most foolproof method. I mean, I feel like this is my favorite method, okay? And this is also, and like, you can, like, it's a, क्या बोल रही हूँ मैं? It's a very renewable resource, ठीक है? It's a very renewable resource. Like, this also has, like, limitless, like, options. मतलब ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि, like, शायद आप लोगों के पास कोई friends ही नहीं है, तो आप किससे बातें करोगे? But सोशल मीडिया में आई एम किडिंग, आई एम श्योर आपके एक दो फ्रेंड तो होंगे, बट अगेन ब्रो लाइक दैट एक दो पीपल इज जस्ट लाइक उतने ही आइडियाज हैं. The wider your circle, the better it is for you when like in terms of like exposure, right? But chalo, let's just say for some reason you don't have any friends at all and like आप एक complete loner हो, but आपको फिर भी create करना है content. Okay, so how will you do that? You will start looking at, you will research, you will go to Instagram, you will go to Facebook, you will go to like Twitter, you will go like on all these social media platforms, and you will start checking out your competitor websites. Now, why competitor websites? Anybody? Why will you check out competitor websites? To like grow your brand?
Gain ideas and to do something different from the competitors.
That also, definitely. What else? What is the analysis बोल रहे हैं सुनील? हाँ, analysis, you're kind of right about that. You're on the right track. सुनील, अपना कैमरा क्यों नहीं ऑन कर रहे तुम क्लास में?
मैम ब्लर आएगा,
क्या?
कर देता हूँ. मैम खराब हो गया.
ओके, ठीक है, वो ठीक कर दो. Guys, anything else that can help? What is the plus point of like looking at competitor websites? What is one thing that you know for certain about a competitor? What is one thing in common that you and your competitor have?
Same kind of audience.
Same product.
Audience. Same audience.
The goal.
The goal, exactly. Yeah, the strategy, this, that. Yeah, you're right. Everyone's right. They are only your competitor if they're like in the market trying to sell the same thing as you, right? Have you understood that?
Yes.
Now that's the thing, that they're only your competitor because of that. So now moving on, what's gonna happen is that wait, I was telling you, yeah. So now you know that if your competitor is doing well, you know that they have the same kind of target audience as you. You know that their goal is also the same as you. उनको भी same लोगों को पटाना है. And you see कि तुम्हारे सिर्फ 10K followers है, उनके पास 40K followers है. So मतलब इसके पास क्या है जो मेरे पास नहीं है, right? So then you end up like looking at you end up my bad, looking at what your like person has been doing. You see what you have in common, what you don't have in common. Have you been answering the same questions that they have been answering? Have you been producing the same kind of content that they have been producing? Because there's something that's working for them, right? And at the end of the day, you analyze their page. Okay, you see कि हाँ इस वाले content को बहुत सारा like support मिला, उस content को like किसी ने ऐसे घास नहीं डाली. So when you're like looking at it, you already know कि like ठीक है, nobody like cared about this content, so I will not like post anything about this. Okay, because you already know, like you've already observed what is, you don't have to make those mistakes, right? Because someone else has already made them for you, right? Now, for example, like if I see like people doing drugs, I already know कि अरे यार अब ये like पागल हो जाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, मर जाएंगे, ठीक है? So like I don't need to try drugs to know what happens when you take drugs, right? Because I've already seen कि बंदा मर गया है. So therefore I don't take drugs, right? Get it? Like it's a therefore kind of thing. So same way, you're looking at your competitor website you see कि oh इससे बहुत like बकवास हुआ, like this didn't work out, you're like okay, I'm not going to do this, so ठीक है, you stay away from content like that. However, you see something which like performed very well, so you're like अब ये मैं भी करेगा, but like now it's not like oh ये मैं भी करूँगा, same, right? Now you can beat them at their own game. You produce the same content but better content, upgraded content. Okay, for example, you are a like traveling wala person, ठीक है, like you know a tourist, or नहीं tourist नहीं बोलूँगी, travel blogger, ठीक है, you're a travel blogger, and you are saying okay the 10 cheapest places to eat in India, ठीक है. Now you're like हाँ like this is getting a lot of like love, it's getting a lot of support, and you beat them at the game 15 best places, right? Like spoil them for choice, man. Like give them like you're literally giving them 50% more of like you know
Options.
the stuff that has been provided, right? And another thing is like you can see that maybe they're just like mentioning the places and they're just like doing like a write up about it. Beat them at their own game. Picture भी डालो तुम, ठीक है? Make it even better. And अगर उन्हें picture डाली है तो तुम video डाल दो, right? So like it's just the fact that like again now I'll give you like a notes wala example. Let's say that yahan you know Kirti is like the topper. He's like the class topper, and Parth is like a backbencher. Okay, up to no good. No, actually, no, I wouldn't say that. He's an average student. Okay, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying example. Okay. So now, like Kirti is like this, like damn good guy, excellent notes. Like, ना तो like लोग तरसते हैं कीर्ति के notes के लिए, ठीक है? But ये जो है Parth is also good, ठीक है? He's good. He like gets by and like लिख देता है वो जो उसको लिखना होता है, ठीक है? And here Shreya realizes that she has like an exam and she needs notes, and you know like whatever she needs notes, and like yeah, Shreya's like a very pretty girl, so like Kirti and Parth are both like right. But now the point is like you know Parth के notes मिल रहे हैं कीर्ति को, and like कीर्ति really not कीर्ति sorry Shreya is Parth के notes मिल रहे हैं श्रेया को, okay, Shreya is happy about it कि हाँ काम चल जाएगा. But अगर कीर्ति आया और बोलता है ओ नोट्स अच्छा ओके मेरे भी ले ले, तो किसके नोट से पढ़ाई करेगी, कीर्ति या पार्थ? obviously बात है, मतलब you know why settle for less when you can get more, ये वाली बात है. तो now moving on, that's how you like beat the people at their own game. You provide the consumers with extra value than what they have already been given, ठीक है? मतलब अगर you know Zomato discount दे रहा है 60% for the whole month, तो Swiggy भी बोलेगा भाई मैं भी दूंगा, right? क्योंकि मेरा business क्यों ठपो, right? So like it's that kind of a thing, right? And then Swiggy will be like, oh, okay, but like मेरा तो ज़्यादा discount दे रहा हूँ मैं, like you know this and that whatever. So that is like the advantage. And at the same time, another thing that you guys can do is that in addition to like in addition to like you know like going and researching about the brand and everything, you can definitely look at the comment section. Okay, when I said na कि अभी हाँ मतलब comment section बहुत important होता है and this and that, right? You can literally go to the comment section because these are also your competitors. तो आपको इनके comment section से भी मिल जाएंगे ideas कि अगर कोई ऐसे question वगैरह पूछेगा वगैरह वगैरह. Plus you can like you know look at their frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions, obviously if it's frequently asked that means कि सबका same doubt है ना, तो वो doubts clear करो तुम. So I'm just saying that at the end of the day you have your own data, जो भी data मिला है तुम्हें, and then you have your competitors' data, and then it's you know up to you how you want to utilize this and like how you want to make it work. Okay, fair enough. Have you understood that point well? Okay, now we can definitely talk about recent events. Okay, any doubts so far?
मैम मैं नेगेटिव मार्केटिंग कैसे होती है?
Negative?
मार्केटिंग
Like what do you mean negative marketing?
मतलब बुरा असर पड़ता है। अच्छा करने जाते हो उल्टा बुरा हो जाता है। ऐसा कोई केस सुना आपने?
I feel like negative marketing, like in the sense like, okay, now negative marketing can basically like, I don't know if you're looking at the traditional answer. Like basically, negative marketing is marketing. Like the real meaning of it is the fact that it taps into your like negative emotions, right? Like for example, fear, irritation, sadness, anger. Okay, and in order to like elicit a response from the consumer, basically, it'll be, you know, either in favor of what a brand offers or against what a brand opposes or competes with, right? For example, if you want to do like some negative marketing and everyone like, let's, okay, trigger warning, okay, you know what, it's an important topic, so like let me just like cover it. Okay, for example, if we're on the topic of like rape, right, that's like absolutely like it's not like, okay, like what I'm trying to say here is that if you're trying to like market a particular like product which helps you stay safe, like the pepper spray, right, it like protects you from assault and this and that. Now how will you do negative marketing? Negative marketing, basically you have to tap into people's like anger, fear, this, that, whatever. So if you see an advertisement, okay, you see an advertisement where like a boy is trying to assault a woman, and like she's very like easily like minding her own business, she's going from point A to point B, and the guy is just like not leaving her alone, right? And then she pulls the pepper spray out and this and that. Yeah, okay, fine, like save the day. But at the end of the day, you will see the build up to the pepper spray, and that will anger you, right? That will either like inspire fear in the women ki ha yaar ye mere saath bhi ho sakta hai, and therefore I need to purchase this product, right? Or it can also like, it can anger you, it can like make you fear like the situation, and maybe at the same time, like there's also like a social message which is being sent out, right, to like maybe the guys or like the girl or whatever. Like I'm not trying to like be sexist here, it can happen from both ends, okay, but usually it's documented that girls face it more than boys, so like I'm just gonna like stick with that. Okay, so I'm just saying at the same time, boys can also watch it and like feel guilty if they've ever like done something like that, right? So that is what negative marketing is called. But I feel like your question might have been like a little different, but like maybe we'll come to it when. So negative marketing, like what I feel like your question was कि like ऐसे कैसे हो जाता है कि आप marketing करने जाओ but like sales boost से कम हो जाए, right? Right?
Yes.
So that is also a situation in which like let's say कि for example, okay, like this has not happened, but I'm just giving an example. Okay, now Zomato like tries to say कि, oh, you shouldn't spend so much time in the like what Zomato basically wants to do, it wants to promote कि like कि लोग बाहर से खाना ऑर्डर करें ना, क्योंकि उसमें उनको कमीशन वगैरह मिलती है. फेयर इनफ. सो लाइक लेट्स से कुछ लाइक ऐसे वुमेन्स डे है या ये है वो है तो if they say something like today give your mother, sister or whatever, like today give the women like a break from the kitchen and like order food from us, ठीक है. So अब ये बहुत negative जा सकता है, right? You could just say that like you could say something like, oh, like surprise them with their favorite food or something like that, वो अच्छा जाता, ठीक है. But saying that give the women in your life a break from the kitchen, okay, that would be considered so wrong, because they'll be like, what kind of like gender stereotypes are you like placing, right, in the society? You're what the hell do you mean, like, give them a break from the kitchen? Like, you're literally establishing a fact that women belong in the kitchen, right? So, like Zomato करना क्या चाहता था, saying that give them a break from the kitchen, order food from us for them, ठीक है. अब होगा क्या कि people will be like, oh, what the hell, bro? Like, this is not like, you have like such misogynistic views and like, इतना ये patriarchy वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. Like, we're just gonna boycott the brand. this is ये तुम्हारी सोच है तो we don't want to associate with you only. ठीक है? So it's also important to see what kind of like brand image you're kind of like sending out. Fair enough. So like Sunil, that is one way in which like marketing negative हो सकती है, right? समझ रहे हो?
यस मैम। मैम अभी ये चीज है ना आर्यन खान के साथ करते हैं। मुझे नहीं लगता है कि उसको पहले इतने लोग जानते थे, मेरे हिसाब से तो इतने लोग नहीं जानते थे, कोई जानते थे। जो शाहरुख खान के बाय
Okay,
फैन थे।
publicity stunt.
हाँ मैम, ऐसा। मैं अभी उसकी कोई मूवी लॉन्च होने वाली है तो उससे पहले क्या पता प्रमोट कर रहे हैं।
कोई आर्यन की मूवी लॉन्च हो रही है?
यस मैम, उसकी एक्ट्रेस ने भी बोला है लॉन्च होने वाला है, उसकी मूवी होने वाली है।
That is very likely because again, I'm not again trying to be. Now, the next point is recent events. Okay. Now, how can you capitalize on recent events? You can basically use these recent events that are going around. Okay, like there's a buzz kind of created because of the recent events, and you can like create content around that because people are already talking about that. People want to discuss it. People want to like talk about it, right? Again, it's the same thing. I'll come to that topic by the way, Sunil. And I'll give you an other example of something similar. Okay. So, firstly, it's like, you guys go to college. Chalo, theek hai, college is actually really like big. Nobody actually cares about like anyone really. There's no like concept of like popularity and hierarchy when it comes to college. But school is very different from that, especially high school. High school, there are like clear like rankings of like who's popular, who's not popular, like who's this, who's who, right? That's very like prevalent in like high school. Now, for example, if there's a certain thing that has happened, okay, in school, like there are two people who are dating, okay, X and Y. ठीक है, X and Y are dating, X and Y का breakup हो जाता है and Mansi has all the intel, उसको सब पता है कि क्या हुआ, किसने किसको क्या बोला, ठीक है। तो ऐसे मतलब सब ऐसे लाइक झुंड क्रिएट कर लेंगे मानसी के आगे, हैं अच्छा वो ये भी हुआ, वो उसने फिर ये बोल दिया और whatever. And Mansi like, yeah, I'm just telling you guys, I have all the dates, but like don't tell anyone I told you. ठीक है, अब ऐसे तो मतलब don't tell anyone I told you is like the biggest sham in the world. Okay, everybody goes and tells everyone, and मैं सिर्फ तुझे बता रही हूँ, ठीक है, किसी को मत बताइए, and then वो तुझे 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 करके like the chain keeps increasing. ठीक है, and all of us are guilty of this. Let's not like try to like act like we're so like wow. ठीक है, but ठीक है, now moving on. सबको ऐसे ऐसे करके पता लग गया है. So suddenly Mansi has become irrelevant now because Mansi was the only one who had this gossip. Okay, she had this intel. 2-3 दिन मतलब बहुत भाव मिला मानसी को. And then eventually what happened a month later, nobody cares about it anymore because everyone knows about it. सबको पता है कि क्या हुआ कि X and Y के बीच में, सबको पता है कि क्यों breakup हुआ, right? So it's not a topic worth discussing anymore because it's been exhausted to the core. And now if Mansi is like, oh my god, should I tell you what happened between these two guys, then they'll be like, अरे यार आगे बढ़, सबको पता है, ठीक है. So like that's basically my point. And now about the recent events, now I was just telling you, so you can capitalize on something which is happening right now, right in this moment. When something is happening, people want to talk about it, people want to discuss it. You guys can pick up like different angles from there, and you guys can eventually go ahead and talk about it, right? So like now this guy who's passed away, Siddharth Shukla, okay? Siddharth Shukla has passed away at a very young age. It was like not like nice at all, and I don't even want to like talk about like someone's demise like that. But I'm just saying that whether it was intentional or it wasn't intentional, there is marketing that's going to be happening anyway. Okay, who was Siddharth Shukla? Like supposedly like the closest to Shehnaz Gill, right? I don't think anybody even knew who Shehnaz Gill was, but now everyone knows who she is, right? Because Siddharth Shukla passed away, and like that's like huge news, right? And now we know that Diljit Dosanjh के साथ Shehnaz Gill की movie आ रही है. All of a sudden, everyone knows about Shehnaz Gill. Everyone wants to see how she's doing. Everyone wants to see, what will become of her after his death and ये whatever. ठीक है, सबको ऐसे ऐसे देखना है. And like I'm just saying now, the fact is that अगर Siddharth Shukla was alive and ये movie अभी आती, ठीक है, 200 people might have gone to watch it. But the fact is that Siddharth Shukla's passed away. Everyone's talking about Siddharth Shukla plus his girlfriend being Shanaz Gill. Now the sale of the movie, if we could actually do a survey, it would increase by 50% at least. Okay, it's like अगर 100 लोग देखने जाएंगे आप 150 देखने जाएंगे. Fair enough. So I'm just saying that that is also like, I think Sunil, that's what he was trying to say about like Aryan Khan's scene. But like literally, I'm not trying to like say that like maybe this was her intention to do it and stuff, but like it couldn't have like released at a better timing. It could also be coincidental. I'm not anyone to say, and neither do I know the facts of what happened. But it just so happened that the situation is like that कि अब सब देखेंगे movie वो. Fair enough. Same with if you guys saw that Sushant Singh Rajput की जो last movie थी Dil Bechara, शायद if it would have normally come out in the stores ना, like sorry in the cinemas या जो भी जैसा भी है, तो you might have watched it, you might have not watched it, but like I think everybody watched it because of the hype around Sushant Singh Rajput's demise. Okay. So understand this is how people use publicity, how people use recent events to like, further their marketing goals. Okay. So I'm gonna be ending the class here for today. Okay. With a lot of like thoughts in your head. We're gonna be completing this module in the next class. Okay, which is gonna be tomorrow. Okay. So anybody wants to say anything?
Tomorrow what time? Details.
रुको, I'll tell you अभी बता देती हूँ. Mm, 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 mm. That's not negative marketing exactly, it's just an advisory. Yeah. But marketing is when you're trying to increase the sales. No, now I understand like where you're coming from. I thought you were talking from like Marlboro side. Right? But it's not from like Marlboro side. It's like, the government initiative, which is obviously an advisory ki like mat karo, right? So yeah, you could say negative marketing, but like now moving on, I'm saying ki negative marketing generally as a term, वैसे actually ठीक है, like negative
मैं
marketing, you're right, like from government's perspective.
मैं
You're right,
मार्लबोरो
good point.
मार्लबोरो तो एक स्टेटस हो गया है ना, जैसे
But
तीसरों में बताते हैं तो पीपल फील करना चाहते हैं
people
ऐसा.
क्या करना चाहते हैं? Sorry, I didn't understand.
मैं मार्लबोरो एक है ना स्टेटस बन गया था एक टाइम पे, सब तीसरों में मतलब जो लीड कैरेक्टर था ना सब वही करते यूज करते थे.
They have that marketing strategy.
Yes.
I haven't noticed actually कि कौन सा cigarette brand वो use कर रहे हैं actors. Like, it's good, astute observation. हमारा ध्यान कहाँ पे?
मैम मैं एक केस स्टडी में आपको भेजूंगा.
नहीं.
रियली लाइक इट. और
I
मैम
will,
बहुत जोरदार है.
but no. Like I get your point. But again, like, you'll always associate, like, if you think about it, it's a very, very good marketing. Like, Sunil, thanks for bringing that up. If you ever notice in a, like, movie, you'll always see, like, the cool dude type of guys, like, smoking a cigarette, and that's what you want to, like, do. Then you want to be cool, bro, so you have to smoke a cigarette, obviously. Without cigarette, cool थोड़ी हो सकते हो तुम लोग. That's sarcasm, if you guys didn't understand that. I'm being sarcastic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Please. ये मत बोल देना, like, if some people don't understand sarcasm, तो मतलब ऐसे बोल देंगे कि like, class में ऐसे बोल रहे थे. But चलो, whatever. I'm just saying, like, look at the like marketing strategy. I don't know if like Marlboro started it or not, but it's just the fact that as a brand, when you attribute like certain characteristics with the brand, तो मतलब like it's just pretty obvious man. Like when you see like a guy and you say oh ये कितना cool है, तो obviously वो निकाल के ऐसे cigarette smoke ही करेगा, ठीक है? So I don't know, like look at Kabir Singh, right? Like Kabir Singh कितना like घटिया like बकवास इंसान है, but all the girls are like, including me, right? Now you guys just like you get where I'm coming from. So it's like a good like marketing strategy for like all the like cigarette brands and this and that. And jab tak like being cool is going to be like associated with cigarettes, tab tak cigarettes ban nahi hoingi. ठीक है? Fair enough. Okay, cool. Moving on. I am going to just यार listen, can someone do something for me? या कोई भी मतलब रोज लाइक अटेंडेंस ले सकता है
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
लाइक लिस्ट बना सकता है प्लीज लाइक डेली का लाइक कैन यू अपडेट इट ऑन लाइक अ एक्सेल शीट कैन एनीवन डू दैट फॉर मी प्लीज प्लीज
Ma'am, shall I?
जिसको बोलो
हु सेड शाला है वॉलंटियर करो
Rituja.
okay please make an excel sheet if you know how to do it okay ekta is saying ma'am please add me in the group okay एक काम करते हैं ऋतुजा आई एम गोना गिव यू लाइक माय नंबर फर्स्टली ठीक है यू टेक्स्ट मी एंड यू गाइस टेक्स्ट ऋतुजा ठीक है इन द सेंस कि अगर किसी को ना लाइक ऐसे ऐड वगैरह होना है ग्रुप में जो मतलब इस ठाकुर कॉलेज वाले ग्रुप में नहीं है तो ऋतुजा को बता दो ऋतुजा विल सेंड मी लाइक लिस्ट ऑफ द नेम्स हु आर नॉट लाइक इन दिस लाइक प्लेस आई थिंक क्रिस इज वन ऑफ देम ओके एंड wait did I say that name right how to contact her तो तुझे अपना नंबर देना जरा मुझे टेक्स्ट कर दो प्लीज okay so now the thing is that you guys like tell Rutuja that like you want to be added to the group she'll send me all the names and Rutuja daily please आप बस like एक attendance का register maintain कर दो register क्या मतलब excel sheet पे maintain कर दो and then like just share it with me ठीक है so right now ये picture ले लो कि कौन कौन class में है ठीक है Rutuja are you okay with me sharing your number in the entire meeting
Yeah, ma'am, no problem.
okay मैंने गलत चीज शेयर कर दी रुको वेट ये क्यों हुआ वेट होल्ड ऑन हैं व्हाई